Yoi. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Si. Catch. Shoot. Shoot. Ich. Ni. Son. Shi. Go. Rook. Si. Catch. Shoot. Shoot. Each.
H. Okay, make sure here that you don't end up sticking. If you turn too fast, your fingers are going to go forward and maybe break. What we're really doing is from here, the elbow goes, then the palm heel goes, and these just are more scooping. You know, they're not leading. The fingertips aren't leading. It's the palm and scoop. So if we do it slowly, then there's going to be a point where the fingers are just out there, you know, but really they shouldn't lead. They should just get there. When they get there, your koshi, your hip is already coming back.
Are you pulling it in or just going to leave it out?
It's not your arm pulling in, it's your
Right.
koshi pulling in. So if your hip retracts, then the hand retracts, but you're not flexing to do
But
it.
after your koshi pulls, you still maintain out and let it.
Well, if we're then moving, then it's going to come here.
Okay.
So this elbow is going to come from, it's here, it's going to come to this hip,
Right.
and then across. So then whoever you're dealing with has to deal with, first you're striking them that way, and then you're pulling them this way, and then you're pulling them that way. So you disrupt their center, their balance. If you're driving, then see I have leverage here. So even if I don't do anything right here yet, I'm in position. So then the next thing I do, you know, I moved you out, and then I'm in. So when we do these, we try to do it with a flick, you know. When we do it this way, it flicks right there. Or when we do it here, it doesn't come here and do that. It's flick. Also, it could be if she's punching me, I could let her get the punch through, and then I have this leverage here, this way, and then down as I move in. This is the kata that Kishaba Sensei said was the one that had all the grappling stuff in. So whenever we can't figure something out, I just figure, you know, I can remember, even though I can't remember the sequences, I can remember how people have done the moves. So I think about what they've done. Shinzato, if he ever did this kata, would be straight with that thrust. But Kishaba Sensei was always like this, not over much, but right here. That kind of motion. Right here, we're making compression. So if we just do this, there's no compression. We come in this way, sort of here, compress, then put your elbows out. But see, if you put your elbows out, you're going to lose your compression unless you try not to. So it's sort of like you put your elbows to here and your body goes down, you know, that way you keep your compression. So you sink, you flex your knees and you sink. You want to keep that right here, the lats tight. So here, not this way and everything loose, but squeeze. Put the elbows out, but don't give up the squeeze. So now everything's tight this way. This has not just the squeezing here, but also the squeezing here. So this can be a hard elbow, a hard palm heel, and then grip. This is Agetsuki, rising punch. We can do it, we have the cut punches where we sort of drive in and cut, and the wrist flexes this way. Flexes inward. This one, the wrist either stays straight here or flexes up. So if we're hitting the throat, or right here, or right here, then it works best right here, because you hit here on the initial, and then this automatically starts coming down, and then this goes up. It also works here pretty well. And then you hit this muscle right here, but then you also get under. And then,
What angle? You be coming directly in like this?
well, it depends on how cooperative the person is, but you can hit, you have this bundle of nerves here, I don't remember the medical term, but you can hit that bundle of nerves twice by hitting it here and hitting it here. So in and out.
No, so it's not just in the hollow, it's
Right.
right in.
Well, if you can get it in the hollow,
Yeah.
that's good, because then you can get blood vessels, but if you get it right here, where that nerve is right there, then that you can hurt twice, and you might get the blood vessels anyway. It's kind of hard to count on striking inside an armpit. Yeah, you don't have to hit right here. You can also, if you have just the right angle on an elbow, and you don't want to hit an elbow this way, but if you can hit it right here, then it's good. This hand here can have control of somewhat the strike. So it doesn't have to stay, just retract this way. It can retract. Just whatever you need to do. But we have to, we have punches that we twist. This one's not a twisting punch. It's coming this way. So when we do that, we have the advantage, a different advantage that we need to keep in mind. It's not going to come around. It's coming through. And so right here on this line, this doesn't come around. It comes this way.
Where do you put your hand? Like, so sometimes, I'm kind of too hinged, so sometimes I try to do it more where this isn't bent.
I put it right here where my knife is.
Yeah, okay. Right. So
Could be a
this
knife
little-
act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the elbow is kind of, it's not hinged like this, right?
It's arched right
Yeah.
here. This is a good place to put a knife about this long.
Right in the small of the back.
Yeah, right there. If you have any kind of belt or rope,
Yeah.
even your pants will hold the knife right there. You can have a sheath so you don't slice your pants on your way out. But if you do this, if you have good koshi control, then you have a knife, then you can't slide it so much. Depends on which side you want. If it's double-edged, that would be dangerous. You have to be careful.
It's getting more
Sideways.
interesting and interesting.
So there'd be a slight difference. You can keep tighter if you're just going to punch. You're resisting right here, compressing, resisting, and going. So it's not an easy slide, but with a knife you don't want to do that.
Cut your own kidney.
Yeah. Here, that would be an easy slide. Swing it around the body or slide it by the body. It's right here. It's kind of, I try to punch, but nothing happens, because I'm holding it back. Then you let it go. So more and more compression, and then it's an explosion. So it's a good way to make a lot of power with less muscle. You're not as strong. You can, as you want to be, or as you think the situation requires, you can make more power by restraining yourself, hindering yourself. So if you had a thick elastic, and if you had a belt and the elastic was tied to the belt and the elastic is tied to your wrist, and you try to pull it and it won't, it's not going to go easily. You have to put enough power into it to snap that elastic and it goes. So then you have all that snap. It's like snapping with an elastic, except it has a rock in it.